Today, we're going to dive in to remove all of the masks that you have been wearing. So we've started the deconstruction process. We're starting to understand what parts of you were created from performance, adaptation, molded to what your family, society, or whoever else needed from you. Next, we're going to start to look at the different masks. And there's a lot of different masks. I gathered the 30 most common ones that I've seen with clients and what they actually hide. So we're going to run through that as well as the reflections. So a mask is an identity, it's a role, it's a behavior, it's something you adopted that's not a part of your soul. It's based out of fear, trauma, or programming. You may not even know you're wearing some of these masks, and that's fine. So let's look at the different ones. We've got the achiever, high performers, high achievers, the one who is always striving. This is a fear of being unworthy without accomplishments. The caretaker, feeling abandoned if you're not needed. Peacemaker, the fear of conflict, rejection, rocking the boat. Cool girl, the chill guy. This is a fear of being seen as too much or needy. The performer, fear of being boring, dull, or unlikable, especially if you're not the entertainer. The perfectionist, it's a fear of criticism, exposure, not being good enough. The strong one, fear of vulnerability, weakness, needing help. I'll let you go through and read through each of these masks. You can see it's, again, the top 30 and the wounds that they display. And so not all of these are bad, right? We looked at achiever, for example. Achiever it's good to achieve things. It's good to have drive and motivation. But when it becomes the mask where you are wearing achiever as an identity, it is based in wounding. So it's okay to want to achieve. It's okay to want to strive. It's okay to want to grow and expand and reach new levels of success, but you don't want it to be a part of your identity, because that's based in wounding. And then you will always show up as someone who is always trying to achieve in order to experience a certain outcome, like feeling loved, worthy, or likable. So once you've gone through, you can circle these, you can write them down, whatever feels right for you. And I want you to just go through and do these reflections. When do you feel you can't show up as your full self? Are you afraid? What are you afraid people will stop? What are you afraid people will see if you stop people pleasing, if you stop performing? Which of these masks do you most identify with? What situation or role do you feel trapped in, even if others reward it? Whew, this one's big, especially in like family or work dynamics, because you've been showing up for a certain way so long that it's actually shocking to other people when you stop playing that role, and it can create some conflict. So some of these can feel heavy to remove. If you've been the person who takes care of everything and suddenly you start to remove that from your identity, it will cause some conflict around you. So we need to look at ways to do that constructively. We look at that later in the program. Right now, we just want to identify that, right? What do I overdo or exaggerate just to avoid being misunderstood or hurt? Do you over-explain yourself? Do you feel as though you have to take care of everything in the house so everybody is comfortable? Do you feel you have to be the one who makes all the money? Like, where do you feel like you have to overdo things or even exaggerate? What part of you feels false, fake, heavy, or disconnected? Who do you become when afraid that you won't be enough? There's always those moments where we feel insecure or feel we're not enough, and we usually revert back to some old programming. So look at that. Who do you become when you need to feel safe? What identity gets you validation or love? What would happen if you stopped wearing that mask? So now I want you to just pick 1 to 3 masks and go through the following prompts. The mask I've worn is achiever. I first started wearing it because it helped me, and go through each of these prompts for the top 1 to 3 masks. You can do as many as you'd like, but the top 1 to 3 are the main parts of your identity that we need to start deconstructing. And then at the end of this, I no longer need to be who I became in order to survive, because I am safe to be who I really am. And you just want to affirm that to yourself as you begin to take these masks off. And you want to reaffirm that to yourself many times throughout this process. I am safe to be who I really am, because there will be moments where you feel uncomfortable being you, because it's new and new things can be uncomfortable. So go ahead and start removing those masks and drop it in the community what masks you realized you were wearing, how it showed up in your life, or what you are thinking about as you start to take these off and become a more embodied expression of yourself.